Good morning, everybody, and welcome out to the Dice Towers Board Game Breakfast, episode 537. Is that a prime number, Eric?
I'm going to say yes.
How do you find? I know you can find if it's divisible by 3 if you add up all the different digits together.
And if they equal a...
Something that is divisible by 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
15, totally divisible by 3.
Hey,
anyway,
it's prime number.
I'm Chris Yee.
I'm Wendy Yee.
And hi there, I'm Eric Summerer.
We have so much going on this week.
So much.
So first, we want you guys to check out the Gamefound. This is our really one of our biggest ways of keeping the Dice Tower alive is support from you guys. So yeah, go to supportdicetower.com. Check that out. We've got tons and tons of goodies. This is where you can get all our cool box bands and promos and the fun little bins that we put in our games. Like, there's so much going on with the Dice Tower.
If you live somewhere where
Gamefound.
if you live somewhere where you don't want to have to pay for shipping and stuff like that, there's a digital rewards pledge only where there's tons of cool stuff there. STL file where you can 3D print your own Dice Tower. We try to cover all the bases, so go check it out. We are at almost 50% funded for the year, which is very good. Very good tracking. Speaking of Gamefound backers, last year several of you backed for once again another thing that you don't have to pay shipping for, a shout out from us here on the channel.
And you get the blessing of the Eric Summerer speaking your name to the universe, or at least the person you wanted to shout out to.
That's true. It's sort of fun to see what people have requested as their shout out, because it's like, what is your name on the form and who do you want to shout out? So, for example, Trudy West is shouting out Trudy and Paul West of North Carolina. That makes sense.
Hey.
It's them. They are getting the shout out.
Surprise, Paul.
But Carl Guideworth wants to shout out Mr. Thomas J. Vassell.
A man who
Does
needs
he
no
need a
shout out.
shout out? I don't think so, but okay. We'll shout out Vassell as well. Stephanie Woods is shouting out David and Stephanie Woods. Perfect. That's
Surprise,
true to
David.
form. Rock Urker would like to shout out Mando, Tipsy, and Suki.
Chris, we missed the opportunity to name our child Rock.
And Mando.
What have we done with our lives?
Next time. And David Pien, actually it's David Peen, would like to shout out Maxine and Castor Peen.
There
Those
you
are the
go.
shout outs. This ends the shout outs.
Very formal.
Finn.
Shut it down.
Oh, no. The other really cool thing that we wanted to talk about is that we have the top 100s for Tom, Z, Mike, and the people.
People's choice.
Yep. All going on all this week. We're doing 2 videos a day, 2 live streams of all of those. We're getting through all 100 this week. So come check those out. Be a part of the chat. Be a part of the stream. Enjoy that.
Yep, absolutely. In fact, that is going to kick off in 55 minutes hence. Therefore, we need to get the show moving along.
Mm-hmm.
But before we jump to too much else, we also want to give a big shout out to our sponsor for the show, GripMat. Let's hear a little bit from me. This show is sponsored by GripMat. These custom playmats come in regular texture or with their custom grip surface, so cards, tiles, chits, and miniatures won't slide around during your games. Make setup a breeze, upgrade your play experience, or just beautify your table with a GripMat. Check out their Etsy store to see their huge selection of custom playmats for many of the best games on the market.
It is time for Eye Catchers, where we discuss some things that have caught our attention over the past few weeks. And I get to go first with a vidya game. This is a nice casual video game. It's available on Steam called Nurikabe World. This is for fans of Japanese-style logic puzzles. I'm a big fan of Masu puzzles, but I stumbled across this. I'd actually done a few Nurikabe puzzles in analog paper and pen form, but this digitizes it and makes it a whole tutorial with these beautiful graphics and little islands that pop up when you're done. The object of the game is to surround these islands with exactly the number of spaces that the number says. So if there's a number 2, that is going to be an island that is 2 in size. And by using these logic rules, you can surround them with water. You also need to make sure that all the water is connected. It all has to be one river system by the time you're done. So that helps you figure things out. Like if a chunk of water is off to the side, you need to make sure that water can get to the rest of the water. You also have to avoid making whirlpools, which is combinations of 4 just water. So that also helps you figure out where the land is supposed to go. And you work your way through these tons of puzzles. There's a campaign mode. There are daily puzzles. There's like a random endless mode. I am having a lovely time playing this. My only gripe with it is that it drains my battery a lot because it's so pretty and it does these nice little blooming gardens when you reveal them. It really sort of cranks my little laptop quite a bit. So if I've taken the laptop to play this while I watch TV, I can only do that for about an hour before I have to plug the darn thing back in.
This is like the
But it's
Pokemon
still
Go
fun.
problem.
It makes sense that this requires more processing power than Gears of War, than Final Fantasy VII Redux, than
Definitely more
other
than
mod-
Stardew Valley, because I can actually play Stardew Valley for a couple hours on my laptop.
Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 17, which is actually just 5.17.
I mean, the polygons on this are just high-tech polygons.
If you could just explore these little islands.
This really looks like low-risk Minesweeper because you won't explode. Like, what's the bad thing that happens when you mess up? Your tree dies?
It just, like the whirlpool just starts swirling and you can't complete the puzzle until you fixed it. So, yeah, there's no danger.
Oh, it doesn't
it's
even,
very chill.
It doesn't even eat all the islands around it. But
Sucks
like,
in all
you
the fish.
fool.
Nope. It just starts spinning. It's like, no, you're not done. And you got to fix it. And then you fix it and it's all good.
Is this included on the cozy games list? I've been hearing that term just like everywhere recently.
This is definitely a cozy game. There's no pressure here. And it even if you have the sound on, it's playing nice, gentle music. It's very calming.
That is the number one thing I do as soon as I download an app is I turn off all the sounds and all the music. I
Even
don't
if,
want it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Eric, you might have convinced me. This looks really dang charming.
It's very fun. I like it.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's a pretty good eye catcher. Speaking of serene and beautiful, let's go to this announcement here from Board and Dice. For the 10th anniversary of Voyages of Marco Polo, they're making this very serene looking. I'm guessing this is going to be in the Masters reprint, Deluxe Master Reset 2.0. It's funny, I've been thinking about this game because Wendy recently did the top 10 games that need a 2.0 list. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be talking actually later today about variable player powers. This game's been on my mind. And boom, Board and Dice read my mind, went back in time a year, put in a lot of time with development and artists and stuff and obtaining the rights to do this right now. Announce that they're doing a deluxe set of Voyages to Marco Polo. I love the original game a lot. I think that it looks okay. Looks like a Euro game.
It looks like a Euro game, but it has nice camels.
Yeah, but this is cool.
This? No.
Yeah, I like the look of this. I mean, I assume it's going to end up being in like a box that's way too deep and way too large, like when they did Yido and Teotihuacan and La Granja. But if those games are kind of the benchmark that this is going to get the treatment of, I'm for it. They also usually get the designers or guest designers to do some like new content, some new modules or whatever. So I'll be very curious to see what comes up with this. But yeah, this is coming in the future, a campaign this year.
Richard Saunders in the chat said that this isn't what you think it is. It's the pool game where you yell Marco Polo at each other, try to catch each other.
Well, then this box is large enough to fill up with 900 gallons of water. It is
And 15 kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got this.
perfect. That's my eye catcher.
That is a very unique box from what you typically see with Board and Dice.
Well, all their Master Deluxe sets have like a very white motif.
That's true. They do. Yeah. This is like micro macro level of black and white though.
Yeah, you just, this version of Marco Polo also just comes with a couple cases of Micro Macro. You play it on the board.
Oh,
Every
like
game-
background art.
Okay, 2 weeks
Yes.
ago, we did our top 10 board game wishes with Mike DeLisio here on Breakfast. That's my new wish, that every game that comes out in 2026 also has a case of Micro Macro on the board somewhere.
Integrated. I like it. Yeah.
Done. New wish.
I'm down for that. They don't all have to be black and white, though.
Yeah, I just want a case.
Yeah, you just want a case. All right, is my turn?
Yep.
All right,
It is.
The crew has been announced recently. Journeys to the Ends of the Earth. So I guess that you are going to be searching for Charlemagne's treasure with this, and at least that's the theme, and we know how highly thematic all of the crew boxes of games have been. But on the BGG page, it says, "Will you make it in time?" And so I'm like, is there a timed element to this? Like, if you fail enough quests, are you like not going to get the treasure at the end?
Probably not.
I don't know. And it also said that there's 25 or 26 scenario experiences or like experiences, I think is what it said, or like something like that. So I was like, is that scenarios? Is that games? What does that mean? Because you know how the Lord of the Rings game has like multi-part games. I wonder if the crew's going to steal some of that idea. Just putting that out there, you know.
I mean, the Deep Sea one, even after you went through the campaign, you could just play endless mode and continue
Yeah.
to pull challenges forever.
Will you
So-
make it a time or will you be too late? The only way to find out is by playing. It sounds
Yeah, the game features a 25-stage journey,
That's
which is
the phrasing they use.
half what the other boxes
It is.
had. Half. So,
But also, if you
Maybe
have
they're
a
big
third
stages.
version of this game, you have to do something different.
yeah.
You know?
Sure.
Well, they did something very different with the Crew family in that they made it a game I did not like. So, this is...
Touché.
yeah, no, I'm very excited about this one, though. So, that looks great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go, folks. That's what's
There
caught
you go.
our eye this week. We're going to jump to some contributors, and then we'll be back with our top 10 list, which, as I teased earlier, top 10 variable player powers.
This is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms match. Today, we're looking at Santa's Workshop 2nd Edition. So you'll have your 3 workers up here, and you can go to any of the spots on the board. If you have a spot like this with a small one, only one person can go there. But if you go to one of these spots with a rectangular one, as many people can go there as you want. Now, as the game continues, you'll be able to upgrade these. So, for example, if you look over here, if I was to go here, I could pay 1 coal and get 2 metals, or 2 coal and get 3. If I'm the first person to go there and this tile is still available, I can pay 1 coal and get an upgrade. Because what's going to happen at the end of every 3 rounds, you're going to see who has accomplished the most cards for Santa, plus your ornaments, and you'll score victory points based on how you've done that. After you pay 9 rounds and 3 scoring rounds, you'll ante up who has the most victory points. The victory points are printed here. For each material on an unfinished toy, you get 1. Any mat upgrades, so if you get both these are worth 4, both of these are worth 2, etc. And any reindeer cards, and whoever has the most victory points will be the winner of the game. Remember, this is the most advanced side. The other side is the basic game, and it's a little bit easier to play. And that's a quick overview of how you play Santa's Workshop 2nd Edition. I think this game works brilliantly with the story of Santa Claus, of the elves making the toys and having them be upgraded and getting better at things, and you're trying to rush to take care of the reindeer, and you're rushing to take care of the presents and put them on Santa's sleigh. I think all of that works brilliantly here in a worker placement game. You have a lot going on. You're decorating the Christmas tree, things that we've seen in Polar Express, things that we have seen in the story of the elves getting the gifts together. I think it works brilliantly in this game. Now, some people might say, well, what's the IP here? We all know what the IP is. And I think it works wonderfully in this game, better than any other Christmas-themed board game. And Santa's Workshop, IP and the mechanisms match brilliantly. This is one you should seek out, even if you have missed it this Christmas season. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
All right. It's time for the top 10 list. As we've said every week here, when we do our top 10, we each pick 3 games, or we each pick 3 entries, topics,
Things,
themes on the
Answers
list.
to the
Answers.
question.
objects.
But there's no number 1 because 10's not divisible by 3, prime number. We figured that out, right? Because 1 plus 0 is not a number divisible by 3. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
But that doesn't make a prime.
So because 10's a prime number, it's undivisible by 3. That means that you all in the live chat get to pick the number 1 answer. Go ahead and put your answers that you'd like us to pick, and then one of us will be choosing our favorite one from the live chat. Our topic today is top 10 variable player powers. This is something I often enjoy in games, but this was a little bit trickier for me to remember, like specific instances of player powers I really liked when it came time to actually do the list.
I just realized that a lot of the games I play don't have variable player powers. At least not that I can remember out of my favorites.
I went shopping. I stood in front of the game boxes and was like, okay, I like that. They've got some variable player powers. I found a couple that when I opened up the box, I went, oh, I really like that one. So this was fun.
Violent Frog.
This man used to be an accountant.
This man used to be an accountant.
You don't need to know prime numbers for accounting. That's unrequired. Not necessary.
The sides of an isosceles triangle are equal to the vertex of the... All right. Hey, I'm going to start off here with top 10 variable player powers. The first one I'm going to be going with here is good old Amanda Sharp. Sharpay. Amanda Sharpay.
Is she fancy?
We played a lot of couch co-op back when Elder Sign used to have an app. I guess it's no longer available for some reason.
Yeah, which is really sad.
I think I still have it downloaded on my phone, and I'm never going to change phones because...
Do you really still have it downloaded on your phone?
I think
I can't find it in the Play Store at all.
I don't know. I'll have to double check later.
All right.
But Amanda Sharp has this really great ability, Elder Sign being the dice chucking game, and you have to complete different tasks and stuff. But my goodness, the ability that she has to be able to complete multiple lines of tasks on a single die roll can be so game-saving. I really like her as a character. She is just one that instantly popped into mind of like, her character as like a character is like, okay, but her power is so good.
Yeah, because sometimes you roll everything you need and you're like, no, I have to re-roll some of those.
Right, I have to, 2 investigation. Now I re-roll everything else. Nope, not with Amanda Sharp because she's a student.
And
Yeah.
students are
Cheats.
powerful.
Students cheat.
Do it.
They use AI for reports and stuff, probably.
All right. So anyway, yeah,
That's
Amanda
yours.
Sharp.
Okay, well, mine is pretty exciting, actually. No, so I really love, so in like all the Matt Leacock games out there, there's the Pandemics and the recent was 4 Doors or something like that. There's a character that gives you just more actions or more dice or more something. I like the Generalist. And
Okay.
I really like it because I want to use the player power. Like, I want to use my ability all the time. And when you are just given an extra action every single turn, guess how often you get to use your player power? Every single turn.
All the time.
Whereas I think the other ones sound cool, but then there's those moments where I'm like, okay, well, my ability is that I can clean everything out of a city, all the evil, villain, bad stuff, in one swap, like one action. That's cool. I proceed to go around to cities that only have 1 cube on them for like half the game. I'm like, I'm not even using my ability at all. So
No, those are way cooler than being the Generalist. Way cooler.
no, I just like being the Generalist. Just a master of none, jack of all trades. That was backwards. Jack of all trades, master of none.
That's really funny because I opened up Pandemic to research this list, and I absolutely said, well, I'm not picking the Generalist. So, to each their own.
This is like in the Conch of Gemshire. I'll be the person that wants to be the tracker of the scores. What do they call that person?
The Ledgerman.
The Ledgerman. Yes.
Your variable player power that you picked was no power.
No, the power is an extra action. You can do anything.
The power is more. You get more.
No, how often are you like, wow, I wish I could move, clean up, move, clean up? Guess what? I can. How many times do I wish that I could move and clean up all 3 cubes in an area? Guess what? I can. Y'all can't.
You are listing so far things that require 4 actions.
Well, this one is 5 action. Don't you normally get 4? Don't you normally get
This
3
one
actions?
goes up to 5. Let's move along.
I can do it all.
Okay, so my first selection is the most general of these. I picked somebody with a discount. I like it when a game gives you a discount on a particular type of actions. I chose something from Ovation here. Mozart gets a discount of a particular resource when conducting. And that gives me focus. I like having that at the beginning of the game that says, well, these actions are a little bit easier for you, so you can do them better. And so maybe you should be looking at those things as a focus. And so I head that direction. I realize that's pretty standard strategy, but I like, especially with a game that's new to me, I like being able to focus on something a little more than just here are all of your possibilities. So I appreciate a little bit of a discount, a coupon code, as it were, in my player powers. That's my number 8.
A mail-in rebate. That's what Mr. Summer is about.
Oh my gosh.
When
I've
is-
done
That's
some of
true.
those.
I
Not
know.
recently.
I think, though, within the last 7 years, we did a mail-in rebate. Was the last
we
one I could
did.
think of. Yeah. All right, number 7 coming back to me here. By the way, the answer to beat right now is by Mike Heller in the chat. So we'll see if that's still the reigning supreme one. But my next one, my number 7 here, this is a weird player power. This is from the game Zoo Vadis, a negotiation game, wherein every player has a special ability, a special player power, but they cannot use it. It is only a bargaining chip that they can offer to somebody else. But it makes you feel so powerful. I know Mike, I think he's a big fan of the armadillos, the tunneling boys. Me, I like the ibises. I like that as you
Is it
progress.
because it's a Florida bird?
I didn't know that.
Well, you do now.
I do now. But no, because I do not claim any lineage to Florida. I simply live here. I'm a Vegas kid. Golden Knights. Go Knights, go!
It's a little sad to us that our daughter is like 100% a Florida kid.
Yeah.
Oh, she even smells like one.
It's like, it's like 83 degrees outside. She's like putting on a sweater. Like, no! No! But the ibises, and one of the cool things is as you are trying to move forward towards the star exhibit in this game, places get clogged up. And so you have this bargaining chip. You can say, hey, I'll allow you to use this player ability to move into a full exhibit, a full pen that you normally can't. And I find that to be just such a juicy thing to offer. And you try to get something very good and worthwhile for yourself out of it. I think this is one of the coolest ways to do a variable player power thing, but I really like the ibises in general. I even like them if I'm not them, if they're just in the game. I like them a lot.
Do you like Zoo Vadis, Eric?
I've never played Zoo Vadis.
We'll fix that in a week on the Dice Tower, Chris.
Okay, 'cause this is a divisive game amongst the Yee household. Not quite as
Okay.
bad as Broom Service, but still divisive.
That's true. That's a list we still need to do.
we do.
Games we
The
disagree on.
divisive
find-
games.
Yeah, we need to find more games that we both don't hate. Anyways. Am I next?
Yeah, number
Okay,
6.
so I played Boss Fighter QR recently, and I adored this game, and I think it's because of my player power. So I was the halfling druid, and so you get to start out with a ton more cards in your hand than everybody else, and then over half of my cards let me play another card on my turn. Maybe not over half, but about half. So I was just in a game where you typically play a card and you have 5 cards in hand. I was like, I have 8 cards and I can just keep playing cards, and I end up going through my whole hand and drawing more cards and going through those.
Giving other players more draws. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just doing so much that maybe that's why I really enjoyed the game, was just because this player power was so much fun.
Yeah, this was it's one of those kind of smash up things where you pick a race and a class.
And it was a really good combination.
Yeah, that was a good combo.
OP. OP of
All right, number 5 is mine. I'm going to head to the 2nd edition of Merchant of Venus. The original game is my favorite of all time, and I have certainly my issues with the 2nd edition of Merchant, but one thing it does do that's pretty fun is add some player powers for the different races in the game. And when I teach regular Merchant of Venus, I talk about the red drive and the yellow drive, which lets you skip red and yellow spaces on the board. There are red spaces, yellow spaces, and blue spaces. And I make a point of saying there is no blue drive. But the humans, in addition to of Merchant of Venus, can get a blue drive. If you upgrade your pilot to level 3, you can skip blue spaces on the board, which means if you have the red, yellow, or the combo drive, you have a TARDIS, and you're just flying around the board like you can do anything to anywhere. It's the most amazing feeling ever.
Eric just wants to be human, guys. That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
He's really an alien.
I want to be a level 3 human.
This is your generalist pick, if you ask me. Not really.
What level human are you currently at?
Right now, I'm a 1.5.
Oh. I
Yeah.
assumed you would have been higher.
I
Me
didn't.
too. But I still can't just fly around the galaxy willy-nilly. So, yeah, 1.5
You
All
have
right.
a car.
You'll get to level 3 one day, buddy.
someday.
Number 4 for me, the last one here, is my favorite character from Unmatched. And he comes in the Unmatched Adventures box. This is Nikola Tesla. I think
He looks like a pyromaniac in these pictures.
electromaniac. Yeah.
Everything's on electric.
Yeah, so I like unmatched characters. I like how different they are and everything. I like the ones that have a little bit of like extra resource management. And he has these 2 Tesla coils. He can charge up and then he can discharge on certain cards and just unleash. And he is fun competitive and he is fun in the cooperative setting and everything. This is my favorite one. It just thematically rad. In terms of actual mechanisms and stuff, so good. So yeah, Nikola Tesla.
There we go. All right, mine was actually just mentioned by Willibwee1001, and this is from the Voyages of Marco Polo, the non-deluxe yet edition, but someday soon to be. And this is specifically the power that lets you decide what number you want on all dice. So this is one of those games where every single power is stupid strong. I don't know the name of the character. You got to flip it over.
Okay.
Yeah. What is his name? Rashid Alden Sinan? Yeah.
Sure.
He's cool. Yeah. So what do I hate most about dice? The fact that they roll just randomness and I don't get what I want. So what do I get to do in this dice placement game where the numbers matter? I get to change them to absolutely anything that I want.
Did you just say
great.
the thing I hate
Wow.
most about dice is that they're quite like dice?
Yes.
They
That you
function
roll
so
them.
dice-like.
I love dice in games where I don't have to roll them, or if I roll them, then make decisions, which is why I like this game.
That's what Marco Polo is.
I know, I like the game, but if I don't even have to roll them, that's even better.
Do you
This is one
even
of
roll
those-
them? You just, if you get to choose, you don't roll them, right? You just,
No, you just choose.
Set 'em?
You just
Yeah.
choose. It's anything you want it to be. The sky's the limit. You can even be a human number 1.5 if you want to.
I don't think you
I
can
wanna be a
place this
human number 3.
1.5 in this game.
Okay, there are no 1.5s.
Now, this is one of those that like sounds like such a game-breaking power. You're like, this dice placement, you just the dice are whatever you want them to be. Like, hold up, hacks, and then you realize no, it's good, but there's other ones that are arguably even better, but
Yeah,
they
this
all
one's-
kind of work really well.
This one's my favorite.
superpowers. All right, I'm going to head to Pandemic for my selection, which is not. I did not pick the Generalist, as I
No?
mentioned. Spoilers.
Lost
I
opportunity.
picked the Quarantine Specialist. I love, a walking one quiet night. I love that my position on the board is a resource. I'm the little kid on the Dutch dike that's like just plugging everything. And so you get to walk somewhere and just hold out your arms and say, "You shall not pass," and disease cubes don't come to your zone or anywhere next to you.
You're
And so
Moses.
positioning, it's amazing. You get to walk around and just go, nope. And Pandemic is all about recognizing the danger zones. Like, we don't have enough actions to remove the cubes from all of these nasty places that could explode, but the Quarantine Specialist might be able to just stand there and control like 2 or 3 of them if they're really clustered, and can totally save the day. I love standing in the right place and then having the cards flip up and go, nope, nope, and nope. All 3 of those, nothing happens, and the Quarantine Specialist just stands there. It is amazing. I love doing that in Pandemic.
You're like a human vaccine that's only temporary.
Works for me.
Do you feel like at that point you're kind of playing less because you have to be in a certain spot, or do you feel like you get just as much enjoyment from playing a role like this?
I do. Because it's also what can I do and then get back to where I need to be for our best position. So what can I control nearby? How can I use my actions? How can I jump around the board using flights to get where I need to be after I've done what I'm trying to do during the turn? So yeah, it's more of a puzzle at that point.
All right. Good pick. Yeah, I was also debating doing something from Pandemic, and I'm glad that I didn't. But I'm going to go ahead and choose here the number one pick from Willabui 10001. A little bit of what is that called in programming?
6-7.
Binary language there. Yeah, the courier in Horrified, he can zap across the board to where another player is. I love that. Is something so fun when you're like, I'm going to go chase down this rabbit hole, fix all this stuff, and
because I got a bike.
Yeah, because I can just like warp back over, and I do like that this particular kind of role in this game encourages teamwork and allows you to kind of go off and do your own thing and then jump back and be with the rest of the group instead of being like, ha 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 ha, everyone, can you save me now?
Yeah. I just imagine them emerging from a hedge somewhere. They just show up.
I love that. Yeah, anything where you can like, for some weird anti-thematic reason, warp somewhere, good with that. All right. Well, if you think of any others, go ahead and post them in the comments or in the live chat below. We're going to jump to our last contributor block, and then we'll be back talking about a little look back across 2025.
Happy breakfast, everyone. Today I'm going to take a look at the new edition of Codenames. Ooh, a new cover, some apparently tweaked words that I haven't really noticed, and a rewood stand, which is nice but not revolutionary. If you have the original Codenames, unless it's a worn out version, you probably don't need to upgrade. But if you don't have a version of Codenames, well, maybe this one could be a good one for your collection. The game sees two teams split as evenly as possible, taking on a word association game. One player from each team is going to be the Spy Masters, and they look at this little key card to see on the grid of 25 words which are their team's words that they need to be guessing. They're going to give a one-word clue and a number with it. And you give these word association clues to your team to discuss, and they try and poke towards the right cards they think in the middle, one at a time, until either they've run out of guesses or they guess either a beige bystander word, which is for neither team, one of their opponent's team's words by accident, or the deadly assassin, which, well, if you manage to pick that one, not only were you wrong, you've also just lost the game for your entire team. If you're a fan of word association games, Codenames is a really solid one. It does suffer, however, from a few things. The issue of downtime. If your clue giver, that Spy Master, gets a little bit AP, analysis paralysis, and try and get that perfect clue for your team, it's going to slow the game down to a bit of a plod. Manage to limit that downtime and the fun will ramp up, and you can have a lot of fun with Codenames. Like I said, if you've got the original, you don't need this new edition, but I'm very happy that it's going to be on my shelf. But let me know what you think of Codenames in the comment section below, and until next time, enjoy the rest of your breakfast.
All right, so we would like to take a moment to review 2025. Actually, we spent multiple videos and time just talking about the games that we love from 2025, so we want to take some time and talk about non-gaming things. So for me, for example, I have spent so much time this year gardening. We moved here to Fort Myers, Lehigh Acres, technically. And this is the first time that I've had a backyard since my childhood. Like a real backyard. And so I have just done a ton of gardening. I've been able to already produce stuff. Like I've got a big bowl of black beans that we ate, and it was delicious. It was like 1 whole pound of black beans. I've got beautiful butterflies and flowers in my garden. I just made kimchi last week. Like there's just so much good stuff. There you go. Those are my daikon radishes.
Nice.
Yeah, I've had so much fun gardening this year. And this is something that's been a dream of mine for a long time. I made pickles and tons of green beans. Yeah. And so it makes me happy. I feel like I'm providing for my family in a good organic way, getting good, like healthy vegetables in our diet, but also it gets me outside, it gets me in the sun, it gets me exercising, because I'll tell you what, moving wood chips is a lot more work than I thought it was.
You know, this is a lot of work. Moving the Dice Tower studio as of May of last year. Like, I forget that it was less than a year still, like comfortably less than a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, having a house with like an actual yard where we can do that type of stuff is fantastic. The new studio space is great. I think something that we don't talk about very often is that we, as a channel, we're really kind of behind. Like, that move really disrupted a lot.
Oh my gosh. I feel like we've just finally kind of caught up on work life now. Like, we had that week off during Christmas, and then we came back and we got a few things done around the office that needed to get done. I feel like I'm finally like settled.
Yeah.
And like in a better place of not feeling like, just constantly running from something to another.
Yeah.
It's always good to get as much of that stuff in position as possible when you first are doing the move and organizing, and get as much of that as you can, because the more things you set aside and say, all right, this is not really critical right now, this can stay put for a bit. I moved 5 years ago and there's still bins over there.
Yeah, our extra spare bedroom, we finally just put like a blind up on it, like a curtain on it. That thing has had nothing since we moved.
That is not true. We had friends over. They stayed in that bedroom. And so as to give them a little bit of privacy from the outside world, we put moving boxes in the window.
Oh,
True that.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thank you,
work
friends,
with what you've
for putting
got.
up with moving boxes in the window.
But yeah, last night we
Nice.
finally got the blinds up last night.
So I sort of got obsessed with a Broadway show this year or last year. There is a show that's both in London and in New York called Operation Mincemeat. I don't think I've mentioned it here on the program. It is based on a real World War II operation that involved sending fake information via a corpse holding false documents to the Nazis and tricking them into going a different direction to allow an Allied advance into Sardinia. This is brought to life by a 5-person crew playing 87 roles. And it is this super energetic, silly, but also very touching, wonderful production of this story. It is a blast to watch. It's still a little ways away from touring, but if this does come to your hometown, absolutely go see it. If you have a chance to visit London or New York, absolutely go see it. I cannot recommend this show highly enough. You can also, search for, they were at the Tony Awards last year. They one of the actors won a Tony for his portrayal. And check it out. It's such a great show. And so it's the only show I've seen twice on Broadway with the original cast. I liked it so much we had to go back.
Wow.
That's Operation Mincemeat.
So is this going to be your one of your Gen Con songs in the future, do you think?
Maybe. It would be
pressure.
fun. Yeah, no pressure. But I would certainly love to do that if I could find a board game tie-in. I have not thought about that yet, and I probably should be at this point.
Oh,
All right, email your ideas to eric@dicetower.com.
Some have started, believe it or not.
maybe include a couple of board game puns. Just because, just good measure.
Just a couple.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you said that the name of this was Operation Mincemeat, I thought, is this a Broadway musical about that covert espionage
It
action?
is.
And that's
It
really
is.
cool. That's a bit of history I absolutely love, and I'll have to check this one out. Yeah, is there like a cast recording compact disc available for purchase?
Of course there is, and it's been on constant play in the Summer household since we saw it the first time.
Okay.
Do you actually have it on CD or do you use Spotify?
I neither. I used iTunes.
He means Apple Music. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Right? Is iTunes still around? I thought they
Not the
deprecated
streaming version. I just bought the album.
that. Oh, okay.
Like a chump, like an old geezer, like a Luddite. I digitally purchased an album.
An old geezer would have an 8-track, Eric.
I purchased the album after we got out. We were walking to dinner in New York, and I was purchasing the album on my phone.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm
And then
impressed.
listen to it twice on the drive home.
I'll have to check that. I'm really excited. My favorite Broadway thing, it wasn't from last year, but my favorite thing that I've seen, off Broadway, I suppose, was a version of Demon Barber Fleet Street, Sweeney Todd.
Oh, Sweeney
And
Todd, yeah.
It was the particular performance where on the stage there was a mini stage, and when the actors were on the mini stage, they were in character, and otherwise they would get off the mini stage. They were still clearly on stage, but they were also the orchestra pit. So
Oh,
it was fantastic. So Sweeney Todd, whoever portrayed him, would get off stage and play the violin in the numbers that he wasn't singing. And then, the Undertaker was the organist. So he would just sit in the back. And the organ can cover a multitude of instruments, so that really worked. But it was very interesting. Like, oh, if Mrs. What's-Her-Face isn't if she is singing, then there's no cello because she's not doing both parts. I mean, it was an incredibly
cool.
impressive thing. So that's kind of what this
Yeah.
makes me think of. You're saying that the same 5 actors kind of portray all the roles of the play.
quick changes galore and funny hats.
Funny hats.
Any bow ties?
Silly hats.
So we haven't gone out and seen any Broadway musicals in 2025, but we did watch a movie.
We did.
Yeah, I watched one that was recommended by Tom, and it is called The Life of Chuck. Have you seen this one, Eric?
I have not, but it has been recommended by folks in the Dice Tower sphere.
It is recommended again.
I cannot recommend this highly enough, and I cannot emphasize how little I think you should know going into it.
It is one of those, yeah.
I chose this picture because this is all I think that you should know about it, is that Loki is in the movie.
Stephen King, Mike Flanagan.
That's true. Yeah, it's based off a Stephen King novella or short story. Mike Flanagan is the director who has done things like the sequel to The Shining, Doctor Sleep, right? He's done some very good horror work. This is not a horror movie necessarily, but it is very heartfelt, very touching, and I don't think you should watch the trailer. I don't think you should even look at the movie poster or read the description. Just go rent it or go buy it or whatever and watch it.
It's on Hulu right now.
It's on Hulu right now, yeah. It is a very...
I'm looking at the movie poster right now.
Okay, well, this is a bad movie poster because it doesn't portray anything about the movie exactly as it should be.
Yeah.
This is my favorite movie from last year.
This is not a scene in the movie.
Kind of is. It's a super unimportant setup to a scene. But no, I think this is great. It's incredibly well acted. I think that the story, the provocative thought behind it and everything is great. And just the confusion and then the clarification as you continue to watch the movie.
Well, so you watched it by yourself
I did.
on an airplane, right? And then you showed
The
it.
way the director wanted on a 2.5-inch screen.
Yes. And then you showed
That's
it
intended.
to me, and you said you enjoyed it the second time even more than the first time.
It's a movie that I don't think you should just watch once, but I do think you should watch it twice. So, and the less said about it, the better. So that's all I'm going to say about The Life of Chuck. I wholeheartedly recommend it, though.
It's a good one.
Yeah, 2025 was, was a rough and good year. The good and the bad, you take it what you can with it. Exacerbate a little bit, like I said, by moving the Dice Tower Studios. But I'm so proud of the fact that we put out continuous content pretty much the entire year. We did not miss too many beats. Took a week or two off here or there, and it's been good. It's been a good time, and I'm very happy with where the channel is at and everything.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Eric, what about for yourself? You didn't have any major moves and stuff. Overall, good year for you?
It's been a chaotic year.
Good.
My eldest is a senior, so we're doing all the college things and auditions and stuff, and now we're going to be traveling. I think he's got 3. While I'm on the cruise, my wife is taking him to 3 different auditions for various colleges. So yeah, it's a little zany, a little wacky, let's say.
Good, man.
So she's coming on the cruise, is what I'm hearing?
She is not coming on the cruise. I'm solo on the cruise.
You're flying Stag.
Wow.
All right. Well, come be a friend to Eric Summer on next week's Dice Tower Cruise. Maybe he'll teach you Merchants of Venus.
Maybe.
he won't.
I'm
Yeah.
bringing it.
Well, you know what? 2025 was one of those years where I struggled to figure out what year it was every time I wrote it down, and I've already forgotten it. Like, I'm already on to 2026, and I've had no issue writing 2026.
Weird.
Cool.
Yeah.
You didn't like 2025? You just wrote it off already.
Apparently, yeah.
Cool.
It's not a prime number.
Well, if you enjoy what we do here at the Dice Tower, once again, we remind you that we do have our crowdfunding drive going right now. So supportdicetower.com. You can go to that. You can click the link below. If for some reason it still links you to last year's Gamefound campaign, you might have to clear your cookies. Do a little cookie monster. Just nom 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 nom. Eat them all up.
Make sure to have milk with it.
Yeah, for your safety. But yeah, if you like what we do, then please go ahead and support us. It would make a world of difference. But we got to get going right now.
We do, because you have some top 100s to watch.
We got to do some quick changes. I have to put on my Z Garcia costume.
Oh, okay.
You have to put on your Mike
Get my voice
DeLisio
ready.
costume. Yeah.
Massive asterisks.
Eric, what quick change do you have to do?
I'm going to put on a silly hat and be a Cockney Englishman.
Fantastic. If you want to see that, go ahead and support the Dice Tower. Till next time, I'm Chris Yee.
I'm Wendy Yee.
And I'm Eric Summerer.
Bye, folks.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.